So before I get into the preview of MLS match week number 8, I actually are going to make a very quick video about a big news just happened a couple of hours ago in terms of expansion, and that is that MLS just had their Board of Governor meeting down in LA today, and they have announced that instead of actually stopping the expansion at 28 teams, they are now going to be stopping the expansion at 30 teams. So they basically add 2 more spots in terms of their expansion that they are planning to have in terms of the number of teams in MLS, and this is definitely a huge victory for St. Louis and Sacramento, because now with MLS eventually going to be expanding to 30 teams, most likely these 2 teams is going to be coming into the league, and they are the next 2 teams that is going to be coming into the league. I mean, this pretty much just ends the discussion of who exactly is going to be the 28th team, and that there's this battle between St. Louis and Sacramento of getting to that 28th and last spot. But with this news, the 28th spot is actually not going to be the last spot of MLS potentially going to stop kind of this expansion for a bit. It is now going to be at 30 teams. And there's even more proof that most likely Sacramento and St. Louis is going to be the next 2 teams that's going to come to MLS. In this article where they basically talk about this news, they said that both Sacramento and St. Louis group will be asked to make formal presentation to the MLS expansion committee to address each bid, final stadium plan, corporate commitment, the composition of the respective ownership group, detailed economics on funding, strategic plan for fan development, commitment on players development, and detail on community programs. So most likely, when both of these team is going to lay out those plans to the committee. Once the committee, of course, approve, both of these team is going to be coming into the league. Now, the other question is that when both of these teams does come to the league, will they basically come into the league together like what happened a couple of years ago when Orlando City and also NYCFC and also Atlanta United and Minnesota both coming into the league at the same time? Or would it be just one team at a time, and that Sacramento will come in first and then St. Louis will come in the very next year? So that's going to be something that they'll probably announce, and most likely they're going to announce this no later than the All-Star game that is going to be happening in Orlando in August. So in a couple of months there is going to be a big announcement of the fact that both of these teams is going to be coming to MLS, and it's just a question of when exactly they are going to get, because both of these groups pretty much have almost everything set. I mean, Sacramento pretty much have already prove that they have a good ownership and they have the fan base, and they just approved the stadium unanimously by the city council a couple of weeks ago, and it's kind of the same thing with St. Louis too. So that pretty much kind of secure, and pretty much I would say 95% that Sacramento and St. Louis will be the next 2 teams. Now the question now will bring into who exactly is going to be the 30th team, and there's definitely still a lot of good teams out there that could potentially be the 30th team. Teams like San Diego, Indianapolis, Charlotte, Phoenix, and even Detroit are all teams that are trying to get into that 30th spot. And so far there hasn't been really talk about who exactly, like nobody has really did a rankings in terms of who exactly is going to get that final spot when MLS eventually expand to 30 teams. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this news? Obviously, if you're a St. Louis and Sacramento fan, this day certainly is kind of a day of celebration for you guys, because most likely you are going to be going into the league with MLS expanding to 30 teams, and MLS have already said that most likely we are positively sure that we're going to make the announcement that Sacramento and St. Louis is coming into the league soon. And also let me know in the comments below who exactly is going to be the 30th team, and you can even make your own kind of power rankings in terms of all these cities that are vying for that 30th spot, and you can also obviously put in the comments below. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you guys leave a like, smash that subscribe button, and yeah, I will see you guys next time.